Hey, English students and language students, people who want to learn how to speak English, but also just improve their English, even if they're native. So we're working on the 300 list. We're going to build it up. And this is going to be today's last lesson because I wanted to complete number one. Okay, number one has, some components. We already did, we already did so. Two kinds of so. We did well, and now I'm just going to teach you the end of number one, and that'll be good enough for today, okay? All right. So then, here we have 1C, and when you get your own free copy of these patterns, you can follow along, and they're totally free. Contact me, send me an email, I'll send you the files. Anyways, here we have, in my opinion, in my case, and what about you? Okay? Well, in my opinion means I think. And here's the focus word. In my opinion, comma, blah, 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 going down. Okay? It's pretty easy. It's just awesome, though. And it encourages you to think, actually. And you have to think to use it, right? Okay, so let's try. You could start a conversation with this, or it could be within a conversation in a context. So, in my opinion. So I'll give you like 5 examples, okay? In my opinion, this 300 list is an amazing and guaranteed way to improve your English communication skills, regardless of whether or not you're an English student or already a native speaker. The reality of the situation is that most people could stand to benefit from these materials. In my opinion, most people like living near water. Like most people like living near lakes and rivers and the ocean. Regardless of where you live around the world, you'll find that people like living near the ocean. Now you see I said regardless, and I said you'll find. So obviously regardless is a great pattern. That's coming up later. Where is regardless? Well, anyways, it's in there. In my opinion. In my opinion, the more time you spend watching these videos and spending time with me and learning this, the more you start to realize how powerful it can be in terms of your skills. Okay? How powerful it can be in terms of your skills, in terms of it's amazing as well. Okay? Anyways, you get the idea. So say it, write it, and catch it. Say it, use it. Use it today, it's your homework. Write it, use it in your posts, your Facebook posts, your emails, your essays, and catch it. Listen for people saying this. Don't say it all the time, say it a lot of the time. And please remember this intonation, in my opinion. Okay? And by the way, how do you say that? If you speak another language, do you say this in your language? That's always interesting to think about. How do you say this in Spanish, Japanese, Korean, Russian? How do you say it? Okay? Next, 1C, next one. In my case, blah, blah, blah. In my case. Well, it means in my life, or, from my perspective, or in my experience, in my case. Watch. Do you like sports? Well, in my case, I didn't really grow up in a sports family. We spent a lot of time reading, and as a result, I have pretty good English skills. Having said that, there are some sports I like I don't mind watching hockey. When I was in university, I practiced Chinese Kung Fu, but that's not really a sport. It's a martial art designed for fighting, okay? What about you? What about you? Have you ever practiced martial arts? And you can say, well, in my case, I haven't or I have. Maybe a Korean student says, in my case, I studied Taekwondo when I was in high school. Okay? So you can use this answering somebody, but you could also answer yourself, with the hook. Have you ever thought about studying Chinese martial arts? Well, in my case, I studied Kung Fu in my university, and it was a really rewarding experience. It's an amazing art, and it's very deep. Okay, anyways. With me? Okay, the last one. What about you? What about you? When you're learning English, it's not only grammar. You need to be active. You need to be dynamic. You need to pass the ball of the conversation to other people. and not be static and passive and just sit there and like, why can't I speak English? Think, don't be lazy. So you can always find opportunities to ask people questions or pass the ball of the conversation. What about you? Okay. So I'll try some and then we'll wrap it up. Well, I'm pretty excited about this new program of teaching English, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of results people can get all over the world. I'm excited about it. What about you? Or I think YouTube is one of the most important socio-cultural developments in terms of technology these days. What about you? What do you think about YouTube? All right. So guys, in conclusion, we did it. We finished number 1. So we did we did name, we did so and well, and now we have in my opinion, in my case, and what about you? So in 3 videos, that's quite a lot of stuff. You need to practice it. You need to mix it, play with it. These are all like toys. I use my teaching pens from my school, my college. So languages are pieces of English, and what happens is we mix them, we put them into combinations. There are some things to remember. Like I said, well is for answering a question only. Another rule is that you can't write no in formal essays. But in general, we need to be mixing, and we're going to be doing this a lot. Practice, practice, practice. Say it, write it, catch it, and feel it. Okay? Please listen to native speakers on the news, on TV, or in your local area. Okay, guys, so that concludes number 1. And there's so much more to come. But I like this. I like this step-by-step process. And you'll see how it grows and expands. And surprising things happen. Amazing things happen. You will change your English. Okay? Thanks and have a nice day. Bye.